Hello, dear friends. Welcome to a new edition of our weekly webinar. I'm myself Shumoy, and it is 14th of December 2018, and we just had our market closed an hour and a half ago. And let's take a quick stock of how markets behaved this week. And I'm sharing with you my screen. And see, this is the chart of the market index Nifty. This is the weekly chart, and we had huge volatility this week, right? Due to assembly elections, we saw some huge volatility. Market opened quite low, but then recovered, and almost we had some 2% of weekly gains. So the intermediate trend is choppy, but the most important thing is that we closed above the 200-day moving average on daily chart. So this is the daily chart. You can see the red line is the 200-day moving average. So we closed above the 200-day moving average. So what can we expect going forward? The US market is already weak. US market is trading below its 200-day moving average. Both the Dow and S&P 500 are showing weakness. But our market, quite surprisingly, it discounted all the bearish news from the elections and gained handsomely. Right now we are some 300 points higher from the weekly lows. So yeah, since we are above the 200-day average, officially I cannot say it is a downtrend in primary, but 10,940, that's the December high so far, has to be taken out before we can say that the intermediate downtrend has actually reversed for sure. So that is the case. As long as it is staying below the December high of 10,940, we are expecting weakness, and there are some pockets of outperformance, and that is always the case in the market. Whatever the market does, there are some stocks they tend to outperform. And today I have selected some of the Nifty stocks, some of the large cap stocks that we think going forward will likely to continue their outperformance. And let me take you through the stocks. The outperforming stocks, these stocks are more likely to rise going forward, and I find ICICI Bank, although for the past 3 weeks the stock has pulled back a bit from 370 to 350 odd levels, but ICICI Bank is actually in the longer term outperforming the broader index, and its momentum is also rising shortly. So this will be in our watch list. The next one is UPL, United Phosphorus. It closed 1% down today, but looking at the chart, one can clearly see the strong uptrend, and it has created a strong bottom in third week of October, and from there it has risen more than 30%. So overall trend is absolutely upward, although for the past 2 days it has shown some retracement, but 730 odd levels is the stop loss for UPL, and one can take a buy position in this stock. Titan comes next. This stock we also have traded in our own portfolio, in our proprietary portfolio, a few times. And this stock is actually resuming its primary uptrend. It has recovered and shown some quite strength. So right now Titan is actually negotiating its double top resistance level at around 930 odd levels, the same top that it made in third week of August. But once it go past this level, 1000 will be within sight, and the long-term outperformance is very likely to continue. The next is Larsen and Toubro, and it is more of a cyclical stock, and we are seeing that Larsen is actually making some higher bottom formation on daily and weekly chart, and not to mention that it is also trading above its 200-day average. So overall it is also a strong candidate. And the last but not the least is the Hindustan Unilever that we have been mentioning about for a very long time, for many weeks in the past, and even today the stock made its lifetime highest closing at around 1860, and we expect the outperformance to continue going forward, and not in only Hindustan Unilever but also in other FMCG stocks like Marico, like Britannia, like Colgate-Palmolive. All these FMCG stocks are likely to outperform the broader index. So we are not sure in which direction market is headed for sure, but whatever be the direction, these stocks are likely to outperform the market from intermediate to long term. So we will have close attention on these stocks. And now let me take you through a few weak stocks. These are likely to underperform. Long-term underperforming stocks, among them first comes Yes Bank. And you can see the primary downtrend. Stock is trading below the important moving averages. Lower bottom and lower top formations are clearly visible, and lots of resistances are visible on the chart. And although it has made a bottom at around 150 odd levels, Yes Bank, currently it is closing at 180, but we are expecting the present pullback to exhaust in near term at around 190 to 195 odd levels, and from there we are expecting some shorting opportunities, and once 65 odd levels will be the target, and if that is broken then 150 will be tested as well. The primary downtrend is likely to continue. We have no evidence as yet to say that the final bottom has been made in Yes Bank. Same holds true for Indiabulls Housing Finance. In fact, many mid-cap housing stocks, housing finance stocks are showing weakness, and Indiabulls Housing Finance one of them. And for the past 4 days it has shown a pullback from a downtrend, and prices are now negotiating a resistance level at around 800 region. So once this low gets broken at around 770, so this will give another shorting opportunity, and 700 will be the target in that case. We cannot uh, say sufficiently about Tata Motors and its primary downtrend. The stock is indeed in a strong primary downtrend, and multi-month supports have been broken, and it is being broken continuously. We cannot recommend this stock to buy because it is weak, or uh, because it has fallen down such a huge quantity. Mm, buying cheap is okay, but buying in a downtrend is not okay, and we can see Tata Motors is in a downtrend. So Tata Motors actually is a shorting candidate. 167 is the closing price. You can keep a stop loss at around 178 odd levels, 175 odd levels, and trade the stock from the short side. Next in line is Grasim, and Grasim also made a bottom at around 800, but the overall trend is extremely weak and downward. Right now it is also challenging its 50-day moving average, and if the downtrend continues, then prices will come down, and it will give another shorting opportunity. 800 will be broken in the long term. And also not to forget about Sun Pharma. This is also a long-term weak stock, underperforming the broader index in the long term and in the intermediate term. So 400 was the last bottom that Sun Pharma made, and right now it is trading at around 420. It has already made a short-term top, so chances are high that the pullback will be exhausting soon, and prices will come down lower. Now, having said that, let us take a quick look at what the commodity sectors are doing. Mm, This is the daily chart of gold, as you can see on my screen, and gold has made a sort of bottom at around 1200 odd level, $1,200 per ounce, and right now it is challenging its 200-day moving average at around 1255 or 1257 odd levels. So once gold manages to go past that resistance, we are expecting the outperformance to continue, and it will get some strong push if dollar index shows some weakness, since gold is denominated in dollar term. So if there is some weakness in dollar term, we can expect some strength in all the commodities those are denominated in dollar terms. So gold, mm, we are expecting the support of 1235 odd level to hold, and if gold actually manages to go past the 1258 or 1260 odd levels, then the intermediate downtrend will reverse. And this is what the daily chart of crude is showing, and after a tremendous downward movement, crude is actually holding the ground, and it has taken the support of $50 per barrel region. It has taken the support, and right now it is consolidating. We are not expecting any firework or any immediate strength in this script, because it will take some time to consolidate, and so as long as it stays above 50, that is the November and December low so far, there is opportunities to buy on weakness in crude, and the higher range is at 55 to 54 odd levels, and that will be the resistance, and you can trade like this. You can take a short position, and if there is a breakout above 55 odd levels, then that will be the beginning. That could be the beginning of a new uptrend in crude oil. So that was the update for this week. I showed you the uptrending stocks and downtrending stocks, and we are expecting the market not to violate the December low as yet, and also it is trading at above 200-day moving average. So let's see what happens. You have to trade carefully, always trade with stop loss, manage your risk properly. And okay, so goodbye for now, see you next week. Thank you.